What's up, champs? Ozone here. Today I wanted to show you guys the method I used to improve at Age of Empires 2. I went from 0 to 2k in 1 year, 1 month following what I'm about to explain. I really hope you enjoy. Most players think the way to improve is just to spam ranked games. That's actually one of the slowest ways to get better if it lacks purpose and structure. Playing a lot can help, but after thousands of games I realized that quality matters far more than quantity. And in this video I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. If you want to improve at Age of Empires 2 as fast as possible, you first need to ask yourself one important question. How do you enjoy the game? Can you have fun playing the same opening over and over for a while? Can you enjoy playing the same civilization repeatedly? Or even better, can you enjoy playing the same civ and the same opening for a long period of time? If the answer is no, then this method will be harder to follow because the most important thing when grinding the game is having fun in the process. If you are not enjoying it, improvement becomes much harder. But if you don't mind that, then what I'm about to explain can help you reach new heights almost guaranteed. The problem with AoE 2 as of today is that we have 53 civilizations in ranked games. Each civ has different bonuses, different tech trees, and the newer DLC civilizations introduce even more unique mechanics and units. Because of that, Age of Empires 2 can feel overwhelming when you're trying to improve. Think about everything you need to learn. Tech trees, unit counters, civilization bonuses, reading the map generations correctly, efficient scouting, army positioning on micro, eco-management, strategic planning, in-game adaptations. There are so many layers to this game. And when you try to improve while dealing with too many variables, progress becomes much slower. The core idea is simple. Our goal is to reduce the number of variables, make the game simpler to learn, and the best way to do that is pick one civilization and one opening. That's it. The best opening to practice? If we are talking about Arabia, my recommendation is men-at-arms into archers. Why this opening? Because it forces you to practice the core skills that make players good in Arabia. First, it's mechanically demanding. It's one of the harder openings to execute perfectly, but once you master it, you'll be able to execute almost any build order in the game. Second, it teaches you timings. Men-at-arms lose value quickly if your timings are off. If your build order isn't sharp, the strategy stops working, so it forces you to learn clean execution. Third, it improves your micro. You'll often control multiple units, your scout, your men-at-arms, your archers. So for example, you'll use control group 1 for your scout, control group 2 for the men-at-arms, and later the archers come into play. And you'll have to take the scout out of the control group 1 and use control group 1 for your archers instead, and control group 2 for your men-at-arms. This teaches you how to manage multiple control groups, which is essential at higher levels. Fourth, it trains your economy under pressure. While microing your army, you still need to keep the town center running, balance your economy, maintain production. This multitasking is one of the hardest parts of AoE 2, and this opening forces you to practice it. Fifth, it improves your scouting. Since the strategy relies heavily on timing, you need to find your opponent quickly. You must know where the resources are, where to attack, and how to avoid wasting time. Sixth, it teaches you to play with initiative. You'll learn to stay active with your army and constantly look for value, and playing with initiative is one of the most important principles in AoE 2. Now, as for the civilization choice, pick any civ that feels comfortable when executing men-at-arms into archers. You don't need the best civ in the game, it's better to go for a comfort pick. If you are below 2000 elo, your civilization barely impacts the outcome of the game. Execution matters far more. And the most important part, the mindset. This part is where many players struggle. If you want to improve, you need to be extremely honest with yourself. That means eliminating excuses like, my map was bad, the pathing was broken, my opponent had a perfect map, their civilization is overpowered. If you finish a game and these are your conclusions, you are not improving. Instead, ask yourself one question. Did I play that game perfectly? And if the answer is no, then there is something you could have done better. And that's what you need to focus on. Even small mistakes matter, especially in the early game, because in Age of Empires 2, small mistakes snowball into bigger ones. But you must be very critical and very honest with your own play. This approach can be adapted depending on your elo, so if you are below 1400 elo, stick to one civilization, one opening, focus entirely on mastering it. If you are in between 1400 ELO and 1800 ELO, hit the same opening, but start experimenting with different civilizations that can execute it. Your goal now is to apply the knowledge you've gained to multiple civs. This helps you learn different tech trees, different bonuses, and different matchups. A good way to do this is to rotate civs in small groups. For example, play 5 or 6 civs for a week, then switch to another group for the next week. That way you're still controlling the variables while expanding your knowledge. Once you reach 1800 ELO or above, you're ready to open up the game much more. This is when you can start playing random civilization and explore different openings. You're applying all the fundamentals and all the things you learn on this journey. If you follow this approach, you'll improve much faster than most players on the ladder, because instead of trying to learn everything at once, you are focusing on mastering the fundamentals first. And building a strong foundation is what leads to consistent long-term improvement. Just to give you guys some context, this is exactly how I improved. When I started, I played men-at-arms only with Mayans until I reached 1400 ELO. Then I started adding more civilizations, but I kept the same opening. That allowed me to learn new tech trees, understand civ bonuses, and adapt my play without overwhelming myself. Later on, around 1700 ELO, I finally opened up to everything. Different openings, different maps, different approaches. The transition felt very smooth, because the fundamentals were already there. Remember, most players try to learn everything. The smartest ones, they learn the right things first. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, make sure to subscribe. I'll be making more content like this to help you improve faster at the game. You can find all of my socials down in the description. Thank you all for watching. Ocean out. Ciao ciao.